I want to talk to you about obedience. Now in 1 Peter 1 verse 14 it says, as obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to your former lusts. Saying you should be obedient. He's not commanding us to be obedient, he's expecting us to be obedient. Paul does the same in Philippians 2 verse 12. He says, my dearly beloved, as you have always obeyed, not in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. It says you've always obeyed, so he expects us to obey. As a believer, we should be obedient. Now, why is it so important for us to be obedient? Why do I want to emphasize obedience? I want you to realize that obedience is the thing that distinguishes us from the rest of the world. Obedience is actually the thing of proof that we are heading to heaven and not to hell. Why do I say that? Well, if you look at what God says in Deuteronomy 39, and I say, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you that I've set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. He says, therefore choose life that both thou and thy seed may live. You see, whatever we choose to obey tells us in which direction we are heading. You see, in Ephesians 2 verse 1 and 2 it says, and you, talking about you, have he quickened, means made alive, who were dead in trespasses and sins, where in time past you walked according to the course of the world. You just kept on doing what they were doing. According to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. Being disobedient is proof that the spirit of darkness is still controlling your life. Now we might find that not to be a nice thing. You see, the thing is we feel that if God has made us self-determined and given us self-will, why don't we have the option to choose? You see, as a believer, we've lost the right to choose our own way. We have to lay down our lives. So God gives us all the power to choose. The reason he does that is, if he didn't, we would be autonomous. We wouldn't have the ability to choose to love him. He wants us to choose to love him. But in order to choose him, it means we deny ourselves. Now, the problem that we've got is that we think that obedience is just simply doing what he wants us to do. You see, and that's exactly what the Israelites were doing. They're thinking, okay, so obedience means, so I'm gonna love my neighbor. I'm not gonna pray to any other gods. I'm not gonna have images in front of me. I'm not gonna commit adultery. I'm gonna do all these things. And Jesus comes and tells them and says, no. If you look at a woman with lust, you've already committed adultery. He says, if you hate your brother, you've already committed murder. It's not about these outward things. So God might control, you might think, I'm obedient because I do these outward things. I know for myself as well, when I pray, God, give me boldness to go share your word, boldness to lay hands on the sick. Help me not to lie, help me not to cheat, help me not. So it's all about these outer things. But I'm not asking God, Lord, help me be obedient to what I watch today, what I put in front of my eyes. Lord, am I doing what you want me to do today? So I can go out and minister to people, but Lord, what do you want me to do? What job do you want me to do? Where do you want me to work? What do you want me to do with my life? You see, we don't bring him into factor there. You see, in Psalms 101 verse 2, he says, I'll walk in my house in a perfect way, with a perfect heart. I will behave myself wisely in my own house. Do we do that? Is that our heart, to be obedient? In Jeremiah 12 verse 2, talking about God, it says, thou hast planted them, yea, they have taken root, they grow, yea, they bring forth fruit. Thou art near in their mouth and far from their reins. Saying, they bring forth fruit, and yet I cannot control their reins. I cannot control what they do in their heart. See, this is the thing about, if you look at Matthew 7 verse 22 and 23, where he says, many will say to me, Lord, Lord, have I not prophesied in thy name and cast out devils and then done many mighty works? And I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. It's not only about our actions that prove that we are believers. It's, are we obedient to God? When people don't see, are we obedient with our choices? Are we obedient with who we have a relationship with? Our friends. If God tells us to stay away from people, do we do that? Or do we still think that that part belongs to us? God, I will do all these things as long as you leave this alone. It's like what we do with, let's say, diet. No, I'll exercise as hard as possible as long as I can just eat whatever I want. Something in us always still wants to hang on to self. We want to be a part of us that we won't let go to God. I want you to consider today the areas of your life where you are not obedient, where God is speaking to your heart, God is asking you certain things which you are not obeying because you're still determined to do your own thing, to follow your own heart. Choose to lay down your life. God bless.